Before we get started with the coach's show, we did have a little snafu. While we did have assistant coach Russell Smith and forward Josh Frenette on the show, unfortunately, a little malfunction happened with the adapter cutting into the camera. Technology stinks. Luckily, Jess Thomas from the Maryland Black Bears was recording some, so we do have a little snippets of one Russell Smith here. How have you grown? How have you seen the game from a different perspective?
It's been awesome. It's a great setup for me, and having two little kids and being able to have practices during the day and home at night. And from a hockey perspective, I've learned a ton. It's just coming from youth hockey, there's not as much structure and stuff like that, so you focus more on the skill stuff. So it's nice to have a bit of a balance of the two now.
And of course, you're Maryland born, Maryland raised. We have these accoutrements right here as Old Bay weekends coming up in a couple weekends. How can you describe that weekend? Because last year's one was pretty insane. Like for you and for the players, how hyped can you guys get?
Yeah, I think everybody gets excited for it. It's nice to have something like that in February when things can get a little run on for the season, and it's a nice kind of fresh start, especially this year before we go on the road for 3 weeks. So,
what's your favorite thing to put some Old Bay on?
I'm a big crab guy, so yeah. I'll stick with that.
Well, there you go. Perfect. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Up to New Jersey this weekend. What's the big message you're sending to these guys? Try to get 4 points. New Jersey's been kind of creeping up in the standings, and it's going to be a tight race in the East Division. And Josh Frenette here
right now.
Now we have Old Bay weekend coming up. These fine things in front of us. How much have you been inundated with the Old Bay since coming here at the beginning of the season?
I mean, I don't think I've had the sauce.
What?
Wait, maybe I have, but I don't really know. I know, like my first week coming here at main camp, my Bill mom talked to me about Old Bay sauce and kind of told me about the jerseys and the night. So I know it's a big deal, but yeah, I'm excited.
That's good. Now this weekend, you guys got New Jersey heading up there on a road trip. Big road schedule ahead for you guys right now. What's the big thing to get 4 points and bring it back home?
Yeah, I think it's a big weekend. With them right on our tails, right? So we just got to do what we've been doing, do what we did against New Hampshire, especially early in games when we got up to those early leads. We just got to find a way to sustain that for 60 minutes, and I think we just got to shut them down. They're really good at transitioning, so if we just kind of hem them in the O zone and don't let them get into our zone, we will do a good job and hopefully pick up the 4 points.
Now it's a big day for you. It is your birthday today, so happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
What has been the best moment in your 18 going into 19 year? What have you learned this past 365 days?
I think the best thing is coming to Maryland and meeting all the new people. I mean, I've made a lot of amazing people, made a lot of amazing relationships, and yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, especially my billet mom, Holly, like she's the best ever, so it's been awesome.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Thank
Josh
you.
Frenette, everybody. So we weren't without those, but unfortunately we did not have the full effect of their presence. But I appreciate them coming on. One of these days I'll figure out how technology works in my 41 years of life, somehow, some way. But we will have the rest of the audio and video here for you right now, as the coach's show is now joined in progress. Luke Janus, everybody, the Maryland Black Bears, alternate captain. Welcome, buddy. What a weekend for you guys. Your thoughts of taking away from New Hampshire?
Yeah, I thought it was a good weekend. Thought scoring first in both games was pretty critical, since that's something that we've been trying to emphasize the last few weeks. Playing with the lead, I think we're one of the best teams in the league at that. And just shutting them down and showing that we can win in more ways than one.
So as a player and getting in those high-paced games, how does it make you feel? It's almost like a run-and-gun offense kind of style for you?
Yeah, it's almost like you don't even really think, you're just ready to get out again. Just go out the next shift, do your job, keep playing the way you've been playing, and just keep rolling with the play.
So this weekend is Old Bay weekend. Last year's Old Bay game, you had a heck of a one, 2 goals and an assist, and that kind of triggered off a big second half for you. Can you kind of describe what being in that game was all about, what the emotion is, and just the hype that's coming from the crowd?
I know Old Bay is a big thing in Maryland, and coming from Canada, I didn't know much about it. And getting to wear those jerseys was pretty cool. And Old Bay, it's just everyone was there. Everyone was very intense that game, and especially since it's it was New Jersey, which at that time we were very close to in the standings. So being able to score a couple goals that game and win that sweep that weekend was huge for us at that point last year.
And one of the big things is the jerseys that come from that, and we do have the jerseys right here, which we will unveil, and I will just yell as it is right here. So these are the new jerseys for this year. Nice little nameplate on the back, as always. So when you look at those, Luke, what do you think? How do you like them? What's the style?
Them. I think they're even better than last year's, and I thought that would be hard to top. I really love the colors this year. Similar to last year's, but I like the details a little bit better. There's more details and more Maryland on it.
Yeah, a whole lot of sparkle of the Old Bay there at the end as well. And you get your name on the back of it, unlike in previous years when it hasn't been that way. But before we get to that, you got 2 road weekends starting off in New Jersey. What's the big thing for 4 points for you guys?
Just keep playing the same way we've been playing. Not to get ahead of ourselves and look at other things, but stay focused on this weekend and stay focused on what our task is this weekend, especially with New Jersey right behind us. This is a weekend where we get a chance to pull away from them and really solidify our spot in the standings and make a large lead on second place to catch first. So it's a very big weekend. And last time we split them, so this time we're going to want to take all 4 points.
Best thing to put Old Bay on is what?
I would say, actually, I've been putting on my eggs a lot.
Interesting. Okay.
I make breakfast sandwiches and I put Old Bay on them every morning.
All right. Well, that's a new thing to try out. So, Luke Janus, the cook, everybody. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. Luke Janus of the Maryland Black Bears. Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah. Would not think breakfast sandwich, but here we are. It sounds good.
You got to try this. Really
I'm going to have to try it now. You made me. You forced me, Luke. And now we're going to be joined up here by Tanner Duncan, who, you want to talk about hot streaks, 5 goals in 3 games for young Tanner Duncan, who has been on quite the tear. Get the clips on that one. There we go. That one there, and this one here. I swear we're going to simplify this process sooner or later, but we'll get there. Hi, Tanner. Welcome. How you doing, buddy? What? 5 goals in 3 games. Kind of wild. What's been the secret to your success?
Yeah, honestly, just kind of going to the net. That's kind of been my goal. 2 goals against Rochester. One was from Josh Frenette. It was right on the goal line. Just poked it in. Second one just came right to me right in front of the net. And then that continued this weekend and got another 3, I think it was. Yeah.
So a heck of a weekend for you. What about the games against New Hampshire? What did you feel? How did you think you guys reacted to all that was going on? The high scoring that was.
Yeah.
This
So
weekend?
going to that game, both of them, we wanted the first one, and focusing on the first 10 minutes is kind of our big thing. And just going in, scoring the first goal kind of got us all going, and that just generated from there.
And that's something you guys haven't been doing necessarily all that much in scoring the first goal, but how much does that change the demeanor of the team when you guys get that first one?
It's changing an insane amount. It just opens up so much more opportunity for players to go out, do their role, and just continue what we've been doing.
How about your line mates? How you been feeling with them? I mean, it seems like you guys have quite the connection there.
Yeah, we got. I'm with Josh Frenette and Isaac Nielsen, and it's been a pretty good line. I don't know.
Have you been inundated with Old Bay since you've been here, and how have you felt about it?
I've tried it once.
Okay.
I've tried it on wings, and it's actually my new go-to.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So you didn't people didn't in the gift basket. It wasn't just 7 cans of that.
No.
Okay, all right.
It was on wings.
Plenty of time to get that. But before that, New Jersey coming up ahead. What's the big thing you guys got to focus on?
Yeah, so like I said, focusing on the first 10 minutes, hopefully getting that first goal in both of the games. Like I said, it gets us going, and hopefully we can close out and get the 4 points this weekend.
All right, excellent. Tanner Duncan of the Maryland Black Bears. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Black Bears are at New Jersey this weekend. You can catch all the action on NAHL TV or come over here to Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewery. Catch the games on this giant screen that you can't see on the video. It's a great time for everybody. A lot of good stuff happening there. And in home games, 4 to 6 happy hours here at the Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewery. Captain Tyler Stern joining us right now. And second straight week that we've spoke, sir. And you got another one too.
Let's go.
Wherever you can find. Yep. There we go. That's the true test on these events.
See you, Russ.
See you, Russ. Hi, Tyler. What's happening, buddy? Welcome to the show. And this weekend, heck of a game for you guys. Both games. Your thoughts on the outcome?
Yeah, I think the guys before me have covered it. Definitely better starts than we've gotten accustomed to this year. But I was most impressed with kind of just sticking with the process. Things got tough a little bit in both games. Special teams really still aren't where we want them to be. But the power play was improving, which is definitely good stuff. And I think that the talks on the bench and in the locker room were good. Everything was positive, and like Russ said at the start here, we stuck through it, and most importantly got 4 points.
Exactly. What's the big thing in terms of those games? Like you're going back and forth, and in high-scoring matchups. What's being said on the bench to make sure you guys don't get too high or too low?
Yeah, I think that you just got to know that in a game like that, like the scoring isn't necessarily going to stop. Like it's not really where you want to be when you're a team that plays the way we do. But once you can kind of understand and be okay with maybe letting in a goal that you didn't want to let in, and know that okay, it's going to happen. Like you just got to have the confidence that we're going to bounce back, and at the end of the day, we're going to just end up with one more than they do, and we did that twice.
Yeah, so now you had a goal and 3 assists this weekend, I think, for you. You're kind of getting the more offensive side going. How does it feel in terms of confidence for you to hone in for the second half of the season?
Yeah, it definitely feels good to produce. I think it's definitely, for me, something that's secondary to just try my best to do whatever it takes to win, whether it's through leadership or good conversations with guys. But chipping in offensively always feels good, and it's something that as a 20-year-old and a guy who plays a lot of minutes, it's something I have to do in the second half of the season.
Now, you were here for Old Bay Night last year. You see the accoutrement, you've seen the jerseys. I guess detail the excitement about what it was surrounding that weekend and what you guys were told going into that weekend last year.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Like in a long season, anytime you can kind of switch it up, I think that's awesome. The fans are always great. It's Maryland's big thing is Old Bay and crabs, and what's better than Friday night special jerseys at Piney Orchard?
And Saturday night.
Saturday night,
yeah.
At Piney Orchard.
It's Saturday night, right? Okay, yeah. Which both nights would be great,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in any case. Favorite thing to put Old Bay on?
Crabs, absolutely.
Correct, just all
Yep.
day, every day. Nothing
yeah.
else. Not even doing the breakfast sandwich.
I'll do it on wings,
Yeah.
but my billet family, big crabbers, crabs.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. So you're going to New Jersey this weekend. What's going to be the key message, or what has been the key message in practice this week?
Staying dialed in on our process and what we do best. Obviously you could talk about New Jersey, good power play, they can play in transition. But we're a group that always feels that if we're doing what we do at the highest level possible, like no team in our division can compete with us for 60 minutes. So you can talk about Jersey all you want, but we're a confident group in knowing that if we stick to our process, we'll be fine.
Well, with 1 goal and 3 assists last weekend, the Raising Cane's box combo winner of the week, the player of the week from Raising Cane's. There you go. Put some Old Bay on that.
Yes,
You can
absolutely.
make that happen there. Tyler Stern of the Maryland Black Bears, everybody, and that's been the Coach's Show here from Chesepiooc Real Ale Brewery. Thank you for listening. I've been Scotty Wazz. Take care of yourself and someone else. And guys, have a great time. We'll see you next time through. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Scotty.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.